What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to a dose of Pokemon. If you're new to the channel, hi there. Today I want to share with you guys my top 10 cards I would recommend picking up in 2025, and I guess we can do a part one and make this a series. These are the cards that I have, and they've been going up in value over time, and I think they are worth adding to your collection if you don't have these already. And at the end of the video, I am going to share one of my special cards, much newer cards that's in my collection that also is worth picking up. But like I said, there's so many cards out there that you should add to your collection. Here are the ones that I currently have that I want to share with you guys. Starting things off with this right here, the Persian special. It's not even special, it's just illustration rare Persian from Shrouded Fable. That's right, and I got two. From Shrouded Fable, this has gone up to be the most valuable card in the set. It is crazy how this was not even up there. This was in the 20s, and when I pulled this, I remember I was like, oh, I pulled another Persian. I just want to pull the most valuable card in this set, which Shrouded Fable at the time, and still I believe is actually being slept on, but at the time was like a just underperforming set, and there was just ample amount of product in stores, and there still is, at least at my local Target. But this has now become the most valuable card in the set. It beat out like the Pheasant Dippity EX, Special Illustration Rare, and all the other cards. I think it was Cassiopeia that was the other card that was up there as one of the most valuable. This is sitting, I think, at a market price right now in the 60s. And at one point it was in the 80s, like last week, at the time of this recording at least. But this card is going to continue to perform well. And I think Shrouded Fable, like I said, I think it's a set on set. We're not really looking at it too much because it's a much smaller set due to it being a special set. But I still think there are some very good cards. Even if there isn't like 5, 10 hit cards, there's still a couple in there, and Persian is definitely one of them. And I would recommend you guys picking this up right here. Persian, I keep saying Special Illustration Rare, Persian Illustration Rare from Shrouded Fable. Then I have another card right here, which is kind of from Shrouded Fable, but also not from Shrouded Fable. It is the Greninja EX Special Illustration Rare. It's the promo that you get with Shrouded Fable. They have a Greninja EX box, and you can only pick this card up with that box, or you can buy this separately, like single through online, TCG Player, eBay, whatever it is, or through your local seller if you have one. But you can't pull this out of a pack. This is just comes inside that box. And when the set came out, there was an ample amount of it. Now if you go, you'll see Shrouded Fable, like Elite Trainer boxes and the booster bundles, and maybe you'll see some Kingdra EX. Very little actually Kingdra EX, because that also performs well. But you'll see a lot of King Gambit of illustration rare boxes. You won't see any Greninjas. These are being just swiped off the shelves. Because of this card, I think this is sitting in the 30s right now, but over time it's going to go up. Like I said, you can't pull this from a pack or anything. It's just from that collection box. So it's definitely going to be a little bit more difficult to get. With Persian right here, you can pull that from a pack. Not with Greninja EX, not with the Special Illustration Rare Greninja EX. This is a card I think over time it's also going to continue to go up in value. And if you have the Greninja EX box from Shrouded Fable, also add that to your collection, because that's also going to go up in value as well. Next card is actually going to be the Kingdra EX. While it's not as popular as the Kingdra, I think this artwork is beautiful, both of them, but this one I feel like I like it much better, the artwork itself. And it's very hard to find. Like, you still can find it, but I've come across maybe like one or two, but if you go the next day, they're not going to be there. Greninja, forget about it. You won't find Greninja EX boxes in stores, at least where I live, so it's a bummer for me. But Kingdra EX is also going to go up there in value, and it has the sealed box itself has gone up in value. This is also going to continue to go up in value, so definitely be sure to pick this up and add it to your collection. You can't pull this, it's a promo. You can't pull this from a pack or anything. You need to pick up that box. So this is going to be number 3 on my list, and it's going to be a part 1. Next up, I have some pretty good cards in here that I was not expecting to. But let's go with this one right here. This is going to be the Bulbasaur illustration rare from, you guessed it, Stellar Crown. I think this is in like the 50s right now, but this is also performing fairly well. And Stellar Crown is it's a good set actually. I think it's more than just decent. I think it's a good set. There are some pretty good cards in there, like Terapagos Special Illustration Rare, and it's more accessible than these promos, at least. First of all, you can pull from a pack. Second of all, you can find Stellar Crown in stores. I've seen Elite Trainer boxes, and I've seen individual like packs as well as blister packs in stores. So this is a lot more accessible to reach or to pull, or if you just want to buy it separately, you can too. And over time, it has gone up. Like I said, I think it's sitting in the 50s right now. You may watch this video much later on, and it might change in price, but this is going to be a very nice card. And again, great artwork too to add to your collection. There are illustration rares that have a much more difficult pull rate, and this, I guess, happens to be one of them. So Bulbasaur EX is number 4. I think there is a Squirtle in that set, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I am wrong, but that also is performing very well. So if you can get a Squirtle, do that too. Next up, we have right here, and I'm just going through the cards that I have, the Gastly from Temporal Forces. And this one really caught me off guard. Like I thought this was not going to do well, but it is definitely, again, this is not even special. It's just an illustration rare. These illustration rares are going, I think many, including myself, I guess I've made this mistake. We're sitting on these illustration rares. I think we should kind of push for more, advocate more to picking up these illustration rares, because sometimes you just never know. It'll go from like $3 to $20, which is crazy. And I think this is also going to be up there over time. And once Temporal Forces does run out, their print cycle ends, this is going to go up there in value. It's not the most valuable card in the set. That's still the Raging Bolt Special Illustration Rare, but this is definitely one of them. It's high up there. I believe it's the most valuable just regular illustration rare, so do keep that in mind. And I have seen Temporal Forces Elite Trainer boxes just yesterday when I went to Target. And this is being recorded in February, so if you watch this again like in March, April, whatever month, this is way in the beginning of the year. Next up, we've got some other really good cards in here. It's going to be the Zapdos Special Illustration Rare, one of the higher end cards from Scarlet and Violet 151. And you guys know 151, it's everywhere with the whole Blooming Waters premium collection and people just fighting each other at Costco. That's why I've avoided it altogether. I think I've got a decent amount of Scarlet Violet for my collection. That's why I didn't even end up going to Costco at all. I wish I did, kind of, now that I regret not going, but I'm sure that there probably would have been like scalpers there, and just when I see scalpers, it really ruins my mood and it gets me really aggravated. So I kind of understand why, there's those people who sometimes do get angry when they see scalpers like taking everything off the shelves. For example, like you're gonna go to Costco and you're gonna pick up the entire case of Blooming Waters, and then I shouldn't be going up to you and asking, hey man, can I just have one? And most times that person's gonna say no, but like, even if they say yes, it's like, I shouldn't be asking you. Costco should put a limit to how much they give to their customers, whether it's 2 or 3 or even 1, and let everyone have it. Just because you're gonna make a quick buck, that's what I just don't like. These cards, that I'm sharing with you guys, I think they're great to add to your collection over time, and not to make a quick buck. I'm not here to make a quick buck. I'm holding on to these. I've held on. The only time I probably sold my cards was when I first started, and that was a huge, huge mistake. Like I was collecting cards, but I didn't know too much about the market when I first ended up selling some of my cards from Hidden Fates, and it wasn't Charizard. I never pulled a Charizard, but I sold those cards at low prices, and then the price skyrocketed after that. So it was I'd lost out in the end. So I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to sell. I'm going to do this, for the long run and add to my collection, just collect Pokemon cards and enjoy the hobby. So Zapdos EX is definitely one of them. It is up there as being, one of the most valuable cards in the Scarlet and Violet set. Obviously, I have another one from Scarlet and Violet. It's going to be the Alakazam EX. That is also a really good card. I think it's sitting around just under 50 bucks, if I'm mistaken. It was in the 40s to 50s at the time of this recording. And I was very happy when I pulled this. I was also very happy when I pulled Zapdos, but I've gotten some decent cards from the Scarlet and Violet 151. I did not get to pull the Charizard EX, so that's a bummer. But if you can pick this up, great. If you pick it up as a single, awesome. But also, once you pick up these cards, also make sure you pick up the sealed products of these boxes too, whether it's Shrouded Fable, Stellar Crown, and even if you can find them at MSRP, over time, they will go up. I do have one more to share from that set, and it's going to be the Squirtle illustration rare. This one, I was really happy to pull because one, I really like this artwork, but two, again, it's higher up there in value, and it's definitely worth picking up. Now, I don't have all of the most valuable cards. These are the cards that I'm sharing with you that I personally have. So hopefully, in the next couple months, I'll share more cards with you guys that I end up pulling. But next up is going to be Ninetales right here from Obsidian Flames. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be the second most valuable card in the set. I'm actually going to be looking it up right here on TCG Player, Obsidian Flames. Let's see, pulling it up, and pricing high to low. So let's see what we got. So the box itself is $181, the booster box. The most valuable is the Charizard EX Special Illustration Rare, as expected, but $72.33 is not too bad. Next up is the Ninetales, which is sitting at $27. The reason why I'm not putting up the prices right now is they can fluctuate. They can sometimes go down, but over time, I think long term, these will end up going up. But this is not a special illustration rare. It's just an illustration rare. That being said, I don't think we should be sleeping on these illustration rares. They are surprising a lot. I'm surprised that within these top 10, I have a decent amount, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's going to be 5. Half of these are just regular illustration rares that are performing very, very well. And to end it, it's going to be another illustration rare, which is the Drowzee from just the regular Scarlet and Violet. So again, this is a regular illustration rare. It is not, it's not going to be a special illustration. So it's crazy how this is just performing so well. But I'm looking this up on the TCG Player if I can find it. And let's see, Scarlet and Violet base set right here, pulling it up. So if you have a booster box, 147, which is not too bad, it's around MSRP, I believe. And the most valuable card, Gardevoir. Then we do have Miriam. I don't have this, unfortunately, but Drowzee. Look at that Drowzee. It's sitting at the third most, and it's an illustration rare, $33.99, 34 bucks. Next up is, again, another illustration rare, $32.57. And then we have the Curly, again, another illustration rare, Riolu, or some people call it Riolu. Then we have Greavard. These are all illustration rares. Then we have the Miraidon EX, which is the SIR. Slowpoke, again, this is a card I have that has caught me off guard. I may add that to the next series, like a part 2. But my point, hopefully, and I talk about this to kind of be a lesson for myself. I am not going to take illustration rares lightly anymore because they end up surprising me at least the most. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, this is up there. Drowzee illustration rare from the base set. And that being said, those are the 10 cards, but there's one extra bonus card I want to share with you guys. And this is the most recent card that I added to my collection. It's going to be the Espeon EX. And if you watched my Prismatic Evolutions, this has now become one of my most valuable cards in my collection. I absolutely love it. You can see my reaction when I pulled this card. Right now it's sitting at a market price of $401 at the time of this recording. It may go up, but it's the third most valuable card in Prismatic Evolutions. And like I said, when I pulled this card, oh my God, my reaction was, I was freaking out. One, because when you see this border, this rainbow border, it's going to be an evolution. and I just pulled it was a regular pack, so I didn't get like what they call the God pack or like the 3-pack where you get 3 special illustration rare EXs. It was just a regular pull, and I saw the bottom part first. I was like, oh no, did we get the Umbreon? I was going to go crazy. But we pulled Espeon, which was, again, 3rd most valuable card right now in the set, sitting at 400. This is going to go up. I think any evolution you pull from the set is going to perform very well. I wouldn't sleep on it. I know Prismatic Evolutions right now is a little difficult to allocate to find in stores, especially at MSRP. Some people are paying over market price, which I'm here telling you guys to hold on, just wait a little bit, wait until, you know, that fear of missing out kind of dies down. If we participate and we purchase products at that price, like a Prismatic Evolutions Elite Trainer box retails for $49.99, if we buy that for $200, those sellers are going to continue to see like, all right, we've got a customer base buying at $200, and there's still lots of demand and more people want to buy at $200, so let's keep paying or keep pricing at $200, or let's price a little bit higher. Don't do that. Over time, it's going to drop if we just back down and be like, no, we're not going to buy it. We're just not going to buy it at this price. Let their inventory pile up. And at the same time, Pokemon is going to be printing more. They did push out a statement a couple weeks ago. So hold on, just, you know, hold on tight with Prismatic Evolutions. Will this price go down from 400? It may not. Again, it's when I'm recording this, it's brand new. It came out, you know, mid-January, and it's like mid-February. So it's like about a month-ish, a little less than a month. And long-term, this will perform well, like we've seen with Evolving Skies and the evolutions from that set. And there are some evolutions from Fusion Strike, and those are also performing really well. But in general, I think these evolutions are going to perform very well, very good to add to your collection. Like if you pull like the quote-unquote God pack and you pull all the evolutions, that's the best pack you can ever pull from that set. And Prismatic Evolutions, it's a special set, but there's so many good pulls. Like there are so many cards worth over 100 right now. It's crazy, but this is just one I want to add as like a bonus. Again, these are the cards that I currently have in my collection that I think is worth picking up in 2025. And hopefully as I continue to pick up more cards and, you know, pull more cards, these are all cards that I pulled, and I believe I pulled all of these on camera. If you watch all my past videos, these are all cards that I sure 99% I've pulled on video, and they're on the channel. So definitely be sure to watch those past videos. But yeah, definitely be sure to stay tuned to the channel. Lots of content is coming very soon regarding, you know, Pokemon TCG, the hobby, investing, card collecting, how much you should invest in, you know, budgeting accordingly, which products to pick up. So stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't already, share this video because it really does help out the channel out a lot. Will help push my content out to more people. That's been it for me, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.